Anyway, thank you that you give me the time that I can give my testimony. It's important for people to give their testimonies. I wasn't brought up in a Christian family, but I was really just taught, whatever you were taught at school, and you just went along with what they said. There was, most of the time you thought, well, it's outdated. It's something that happened long ago, and it's an interesting story, and that's it. And you just carry on. But in my opinion, I mean, life was really dependent on what you did with it, how you worked. That you were. I did what I thought was right. From small until I started working, and then I got involved with the Catholic Church, and got involved with their daily and financial operations, and I did a lot for the church, but I never never built up a relationship. I was, you just went through the motions, and I never had a sort of relationship with the Lord, and I didn't really understand that. Working for a very large company, and I had a lot of responsibilities. I was 2IC of the company, and you had a lot of pressures, and that sort of took priority of your life, and that. So whatever I did was, work came first, and everything else was second. All of a sudden, I was just called in and said, "Well, you've been retrenched," and they basically said, "Well, you can pack your stuff and go." And after spending almost 20 years with a company, and you put in all your time, and I was from being somebody to I was nobody. I spent 6 months. I don't know how many thousands of CVs I sent out, and I had a shocking 0% result. I didn't know where to go and which way to turn, and he said to me, "Well, you must get on a relationship and try and get to know the Lord. He can help you." I said, "Well, there's a church in Middelburg that we should just go to." We didn't know the church. We didn't know the people or anything like that. But the whole service was just focused on us, and whatever he said was just applicable to what was happening. That's when I understood that you need to have a relationship with the Lord, and it's not just reading a book and you say, "Well, that's you've done your bit. You go to church on a Sunday. You've got to build and work on a relationship with the Lord." It's basically the day that I feel that I gave my life to the Lord. That I saw that there was so much more to life than what I'd experienced before. That there was somebody that the Lord was there. He would look after me. That there was somebody that was caring for me. From then through, things just started coming into place. Then with this sort of feeling that I had support, I was not on my own any longer. That I felt that I could then take the chance and came to Hartbeespoort, and then obviously working in the mall. It was working very long hours, and after I don't know, probably about 6 months, I said to Bessie, I said, we've got to go to church. We've got to find a church. We can't just can't work 7 days a week, and you can't just have no time. But you had to start your business, and you had to get it going. And the church, the AOG, and then Assemblies of God here and up the road, and we'd driven past it every single day because we stayed up in Cableview. So we came to it, and like I said, it was just unbelievable that you come to a church, and you were just so welcomed by everybody, and it was a stronger feeling that that we needed to maintain and to work up on a stronger relationship with the Lord. And then in August, end of August, I had a huge disaster, if you want to call it that. I don't know what it's a crisis or whatever it was. That as you know, I had that a burst brain aneurysm, and I just collapsed. And so for 4 weeks, I had no idea what was going on around me. I didn't know anything. I was totally sedated, and chance of survival was actually 1 in 3. So it was very severe. In all the time, and as soon as I sort of started coming by, I still had that faith and strong belief that that the Lord would actually help me. And that soothing and relaxing time was that I used to listen to the nurses. They used to be singing gospel songs. And it was just absolutely amazing. It was just sort of put you at peace. And that was such a beautiful feeling that, you knew that, there was life beyond, life after hospital. A sense of peace that even though I didn't worry about what was happening, but I just knew that things would be taken care of. Psalm 55 verse 22 says, "Give your burdens to the Lord and He will take care of you." And I think that's very true, is that, you talk to Him, you have that relationship, and it's, He will take care of you. And, you be honest with Him and you tell Him exactly what's going on. And I feel that it is something that He can help you with. The strength that I got whilst in hospital was that the Lord was carrying me in all the time that I was there. Even though I couldn't walk, He was holding me and managed to get through what I did. Then in November, we then, Bessie and myself got married and got baptized. And I think that, the life, and I think that from October in 2010, since I gave my life to the Lord, life has been, there's at least it's no longer me that has to do everything. It's, the Lord is there to help you. And as in Romans 12, it says, "Let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think." It's been an amazing journey, and I know that there's a lot still ahead of me, and there's a lot that I need to do. And I think that there's definitely a lot of purpose in where I'm going from here. So thank you very much.